Three, two, one. What's up, George? What's going on in the House of Craze tonight?
In the House of Craze tonight, we are talking Sledge. We're going to be talking to him about his book, and we're also going to be talking about reboots and remakes, and we're going to do a little crowd participation. So we want to know what makes these reboots and these remakes bad. We're going to take it easy tonight, have fun.
Yes.
So join us in just a bit.
Participation. Let's get it.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the Dreamer, Medina, and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the Craze. If you are an independent, catch the Craze. Making moves on your own, catch the Craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the Craze. Join the movement, catch the Craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the Craze. Welcome to Catch the Craze podcast. I'm the host with the most, Sam the Crazy Man, Vera, and I am with
George the Dreamer, Medina. What's happening, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of Catch the Craze. Wow, morning. It is Tuesday, August 27th. What up, KC? Yes, it is going to be fun, sir. Lou Pons is in the house. We have another exciting show for you guys tonight, August 27th, 8 p.m. here in the East Coast. Sammy's somewhere in the middle of the country, big old Texas.
my country, man. My country.
Right? Patience. It's Kerry Chug. There you go, Kerry Chug. Hey, see the Sledge storyteller. Kerry's coming on. He's going to talk to us.
Yeah, he did. You put a V in it, and I typed it with a V.
Nice. We're going to be talking to him about his book, The Sledge. That it's a cool book. He sent us the first two issues. Read through them in 1, 2, 3 because they're a quick read.
1, 2, 3. Look at Mr. Lee.
We're going to be talking to him about his book, his story, all that stuff. We'll have fun with him. But we're going to also be talking about reboots, remakes. I went to see the Crow. We're going to be talking about that a little something. And we want to hear from you guys, everybody in the chat. If you're in there right now, give us a thumbs up, hit that like button, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And we're going to be talking about that, about reboots and why do they fail, right? Why do they fail, Sam? Right. So, but before we get into all of that, let's start taking care of some business.
Taking care of business every day.
We have a sponsor today, which
we got a sponsor.
We're going to do that in a little bit. But yes. What you been up to, dog? What's going on?
What have I been up to, man? What have I been up to? It's been crazy. I got back from St. Louis. I was in St. Louis last week for work. The whole week. It was pretty cool.
That's right.
Funny thing is, there was a farmer's market across the street from the hotel. So I walked across the street on my last night. And it was a long day. So I was like, you know what? I want to unwind, but I didn't want to go to the rooftop bar at the hotel because they take forever. Right. So I was like, nah, I want something now. Right. So I went to the farmer's market and they had a wine and liquor section. And I was like, and they had a pre-made Knob Creek old-fashioned bottle, which was served about three glasses worth. I grabbed some chips and salsa, went back to my room. It was a good night. Oh, this is gonna be a good night. It was awesome. What's up, Dismay?
What up, Brandon? Thank you, man. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, definitely catch the replay, man.
Yeah. So I did that. So I was there last week, but now I'm just getting ready for College Station Comic-Con. That's coming up in September. And that's gonna be dope. And I know I have the promo right here. Yeah. So College Station Comic-Con is September 14th and 15th at the Brazos County Expo Complex. I'm looking forward to that. I had fun last time. I think that's the one where they try to break into my room at 3 a.m.
You think? Yeah. That was you got to keep that. You got to keep that up here. You can't forget. What up, Hugo?
3 a.m. Rottweilers and stuff. But yeah. So it was a crazy time. But yeah, College Station Comic Con. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going out with the monsters. I'm bringing Duty and the monsters with me. All these guys are coming along for the ride. It's going to be dope. It's going to be an experience. And then after that, I have Denton Comic Art Expo, and then in October, right before Halloween, I got Cowtown Comic Con, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great end of the year, and then I'm taking November, December, potentially January off to regroup. And I'm going to make the cut. Oh,
Ooh, all right.
all
Yeah, you
right,
guys gotta take a
awesome.
picture. Gotta
Yeah,
take a
man, we gotta
picture.
we gotta get a picture together. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's what's been going on. And again, if you haven't done so already, go check out akidinthecomic.com, akidinthecomic.com. Duty's also a comic strip. There's 7 comic strips in 7 different newspapers, and you can collect all of them by going to akidinthecomic.com and ordering your copy today, which is pretty dope. So so that's what's been going on this week. Back in my current location, and I've just been working long days, and so it's been slowing me down, and just trying to catch up. What you been up to? I know you just came back from an event.
No, well, yeah, well, I
Oh
was
yeah,
at that. I
yeah,
was
we
at terrific
we talked about.
Comic Con, right? That was last weekend. But this weekend was chill, man. It was the Anyone Con.
That's right.
That was going on online.
Anyone can come.
Anyone can, man. Yeah, no, that was a good time, man. That was a good time. They had Annies, the Annie Awards. I won a couple of awards for covers, best cover on a physical sci-fi superhero graphic novel. That's Russ, and then sci-fi superhero graphic novel digital, which was Wonder Duck. So big shout out to the Annie One World and the Annies. Man, I'm telling you, Hades is very creative with what he's doing for.
Yeah, he's very skilled.
Distribution.
He's very skilled.
Yeah, big shout out to him, man.
He reminds me of the younger me.
Oh yeah, is that what
when I was a wee lad.
Yeah, nice. No, he's doing great, and the team, big shout out to them, and L.A. Cunningham, and even Lori Calcaterra was in the house. She was doing some hosting, and so yeah, it was a good time. It was fun. Looking forward to next year. I think he's going to continue to do the Annies. Is going to be he's finding some actual judges for next year.
Wow.
Yeah. Going big time. So
I don't think
that was a good
anywhere
time.
near as much as him. Hey, there can only be one.
Yes,
Highlander.
Shoot the Ish is back. We will be doing that a little more. So that's always fun. It's fun to do that. I mean, he's a funny guy, man. He's a freaking funny dude. So that's a good time. And then what else? Oh, and then the 20th, I'll be out in Baltimore. Baltimore Comic Con happens next month. August. Next month, August. Look at me. September 20th through the 22nd. Tickets on sale now. I didn't know this, but kids 10 and under get in for free with a paid adult. So if you have a kid 10 years or under, bring them with you because they get in for free when you pay for your ticket. So
bring them out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do at the show. Last year, some people didn't have a good show. Let's see what it's like this year. I'm a firm believer in, you got to hustle, you got to grind.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens when I come back from the show and how.
We had the wall when we were in Baltimore.
Yeah, we did Baltimore. I remember we doing Baltimore. We did Bethesda. We did like the SPX.
Yeah, SPX. Yes. And Baltimore. I remember we had we had the aisle with our back to the wall, like the wall. We had the back.
It wasn't a bad show from what I remember.
No. I think the only thing was if something happened where I don't know they had to open up late, something went wrong, that then they went and bought us all McDonald's chicken sandwiches and fries, and I got sick from the chicken sandwich.
You and your stomach.
I was tooting.
Toot. You got a baby stomach, bro.
That's the sound of the man working on the train.
You were tooting. And then obviously in October, I will be at the NYCC New York Comic Con with Johnny C. We have our old booth. Yeah, we have our old booth back. We were talking about that before we came on. So booth 2040. That's where we're going to be this year. And there's going to be a few people there. JD Rosario obviously will be there. Big shout out to him. He's been on the show before. I had a few guys, man. They're going to be on. Dennis Knight. Big shout out to Dennis Knight.
Nice.
He'll be at the con. Philip Russard, who is the sponsor. His company, Philbo Publishing, is the sponsor for the show tonight for a book they have called Night. So
Nice.
they're going to be there. He's going to be there actually. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. And New York is always a good time. It's a local show for me, obviously, which is easier to make it out there. For you, used to be a local show. Now you'd have to. We were talking about that. You'd have to drive out here to make it worthwhile. But yeah, that's going to be good, man. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to the end of the year. I can't believe it's already August 27th, dude. It's almost over. It's what are you
Yeah.
looking for? You're looking for pictures. You're looking for pictures.
No,
Looking for
I'm,
pictures.
I'm putting up a sponsor link.
Hey, the sponsors. So,
Hey,
Sammy,
yo. Sammy,
what are we gonna
Sammy,
do?
I jammy.
What are we doing here? We're gonna
What are
put the
we-
sponsor up. It's a 2-minute video, guys. So sit back,
Yes,
relax.
yes, yes, yes. Now, and now,
And
a word
now.
from our sponsor. Their accents are so strong. I didn't think they were talking English. Then I started reading it. I said, "Oh, they are talking English." All of a sudden, it was like, now we know one I, I was like, "What is?" I said, then I started reading it. I said, "Oh, they say the words."
Yo, yeah, man. Now, big shout out to Guido Martinez. He is the creator and writer of Night, which is a book that's out right now from Philbo Publishing. And they have a Kickstarter that's out right now. He actually wrote the lyrics to that song. And the
I
people
swear to you, I
singing it,
could
yeah,
talk in another language.
the people singing it are they're actually like an indie band that he got together with, and he told them, "Hey, would you guys mind putting a song together for me?" And he's like, "Sure." So he sent them those lyrics, and they came up with this song. Yeah. It had that old school anime kind of like
Anime,
begin song that starts the anime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you thought they were speaking like
I thought it was a
Japanese or
foreign
something?
language. I was
Yeah.
like, it has a catchy tune. I was like, Eno, me no wa. I was just going with it.
Oh snap! Oh snap! It's catchy. Look, Collective Detectives. Yeah, man. What's up, buddy?
What's
Oh, look, is that Keith? Is that Keith out there? Keith in the
Oh,
incognito.
no, look at that.
You know,
Look
with
at
the
that
glasses.
incognito.
Incognito. What's up, Keith?
I
I was
was
yo, it comes in kind of loud too. I didn't expect it to be so loud when it comes in.
it's like
I
the
was
closing
"Ooh."
trailer to like an anime movie.
Yo, word. Yo, big shout out to Keith and the fellas, man. I saw them over at Terrificon, and yeah, it's a good time. It's always fun to see the guys. We haven't done dinners, so we definitely got to get together.
Yeah,
one
what's
of
up with
these,
that, you
one of these.
antisocial?
Yeah, no, we haven't had a chance to go. Well, you know what it is? A lot of so the shows I've been going to have been up in the Northeast. I'm in the Northeast, but further up. up in like New England territory, and I know that they live close, so they're not really staying at the hotels there. They kind of just, they drive home, or even if they stay, we haven't been able to just to coordinate. So, but we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to coordinate. Anyway, Sam. So let's talk a little bit about the topic for today. You ready for that?
We got some meds to get, bro. We got some meds. I'm feeling kind of sniffly. Sniffly. I just gotta figure out where that medicine is. There he goes. Boom.
It's time for your medicine.
Why do reboots, remakes, and re-whatevers fail? Why
do they fail, Sam? What happens? What happens? And this is where we're going to talk to the crowd, everybody watching.
Come and talk to me.
What are your opinions? What do you think they fail? What do you think they fail, Sam? What happens to these reboots, remakes?
Because the suits, bro, the suits. Stay in the office. Stay out of the creative arena. I think I'm gonna get on my high horse, my soapbox, right? I think the problem is when you have these suits, right? That high up in the food chain, and for some reason they don't understand their role. Their role is to find the talent, provide the resources, and remove roadblocks, not be the roadblock themselves. Right? It's like, stay in your lane, bro. Stay in your lane. Your lane is top brass. Keep them at bay. Let your creators be creative. And that's what happens, right? So you have iconic characters that have just a depth of history, and they come in and they want to change things for the sake of changing it, because they want to have a stake in the game, right? Your job is secured as long as you let the creators do their thing, stay true to the characters because it has a fan base, and let them do what they do best, because they'll take care of the rest. An example of that is what Ryan Reynolds is doing with bringing back these iconic characters and bringing nostalgia and fun back to comics. I think what happens is the suits, is the non-creators that don't understand the characters, don't understand its history, don't understand the cult, and the devotion to these characters and these worlds. And they just go and they screw it up. And that whole Crow is an example of that.
Yeah, I think part of it too is you don't need it, man. Some things just don't need reboots. Some things don't need remakes. Some things just because, like, okay, so I went to see the Crow right now, and this is going to be blasphemous to say.
Blasphemy.
But the Crow's okay, right? The original Crow, it's a good movie. It's good. I mean, it's got a very passionate fan base. And people love the Crow, right? I'm not one of those that loves the Crow, but I respect what it did back in the 90s, right? It was that gritty, dark. It was the story behind it, James O'Barr, and how, his girlfriend or fiance or whatever, she passed away. And that's what drove him to write the story and create the comic. And that's beautiful, right? And so they remade it and did all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But this is not that. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't that. Like what they try to do with this story, for example, they just shouldn't have touched it. Like, leave it alone. Like they did, as it is, they did like tons of freaking sequels, right? And I never watched any of them, so I don't know if they were any good. But that's one of those movies you leave alone, bro. That's like remaking. If you try to remake Back to the Future today, like, leave it alone. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like, some movies are going to get remakes. Some movies are going to get reboots. All the superhero movies are going to get reboots. Eventually, we're going to have a new, another Spider-Man, or we're going to have, we're already doing another Superman. Batman gets rebooted every year, it seems like. So those are going to get rebooted.
Yeah. And I think, and the problem is they didn't listen to MJ, and that's the problem. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Just stop dogging me around. Right? So I think that's what it is. Leave it alone, bro. Just leave it alone. Take it easy. So it says maybe they want a piece that they put in highlight their creative prowess. Yeah, no, create nothing. Reboots, remakes, and rejected. And I like the original Cole soundtrack more than the movie, but I did like the OG movie.
Right, Jay. I'm on the same boat with you, man. Like, It was campy, it was corny, but that was part of its magic, right? That was part of its charm. Yes. That it was kind of corny. It was but it was a sign of the times, right? Yes. They can't get away with that stuff today, bro. No. Like, they shouldn't have called this movie The Crow. They should have just called it something else. and gone away from that. Like
And
he
this is
doesn't, you know what I
and
mean?
while it's not a reboot, it's a continuation like of the Lord of the Rings series. They're going anime, right? With the Lord of the Rings, right? It's getting ready to I think to launch on Amazon, I think it is. Right? And I saw some of the trailers. And the concern I have is they went with I guess an anime company to create this. While visually it looks great, it doesn't have that look and feel that I'm used to with Lord of the Rings, with Peter Jackson or even Ralph Bakshi, the original animation, right? There's a specific gritty look and there's a specific shapes and stuff, sound and mood and colors. This seems very polished. And I think so that's the other part of it, right? How far away do you steer away from the essence and the core, uh, that heartbeat that it has, right? For the sake of just continuation. I think you have to that's what I loved about Peter Jackson. He was so pure to the art form. He loved it so much that he felt an obligation to protect it. That's why I think Ryan Reynolds is so good for comics because he loves Daredevil so much and he loves the comic book genre. He feels obligated to try to bring
Deadpool, you mean?
Deadpool. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? So I think it's those people that you want to like surround yourself and protect them because they're fighting the good fight,
yeah,
to keep those stories alive and stay true to why we fell in love with them.
yeah.
Example of that is not even it's not a reboot, but it was like the books when they convert books to movies, they lose the essence of the books because they decided to change things for the sake of changing it because everybody wants to have an opinion. How about just stay to it? You have a script already in the making.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The real
Of
finished
the
story.
story.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and the thing too, man, is like sometimes some things should just be left alone. And the reason why I say that is because they try to remake these things for today's audience, right? But when say, and I'll go just because I just saw The Crow. When you hear The Crow, who's going to be going to The Crow? 40-some-year-olds, right? That in the 90s grew up watching that thing, and it's their nostalgia, it's their thing. They go and watch it, and they sit down and they realize, wow, this isn't The Crow that I fell in love with, right? So they automatically reject it.
I rejected just from the trailer. I said,
Right,
that's not the
right.
Crow I know. I'm not
Right,
seeing
right,
this.
right. But what happens is you're also not generating new fans either
No.
because the story's crap. You know what I mean? So now you have a disgruntled fan base who hates it, and now you're not even creating a new fan base because the product sucks.
Yeah.
So you're missing out on both. So what happens? You end up with a dud, and
Yeah.
you end up with what you got, which is a bad film.
Yeah, so it
You
says
know,
Hollywood
I like
wants a
yeah,
return on investment. So here's the
yep,
thing.
yep.
You get that return on investment by following the playbook. Why was Pixar so successful when Steve Jobs acquired them when no one wanted to touch them? Because Steve Jobs knew his role. He was the financer. He was the one and he had the talent. And he says, "What do you need?" He financed them and he let them do what they did best and he protected them. He removed obstacles. He gave them the foundation to be successful and they made magic, right? There's the blueprint. The problem with these suits that feel like they want a return on investment, they don't understand that your job, your Ivy League degree, only got you that position to understand those three things, right? Find the talent, remove roadblocks, and provide resources. That's it. Let them do what they do best. You don't have to have an opinion. They'll make sure it's quality because they love what they do. Where they lose that passion is when you intervene and you overstep, and they don't understand it because it's a power trip. It says, I think when things are commercially successful, the powers that be try to reboot it for a newer generation, but it doesn't always work. No, I mean, example of that is like the Addams Family. Wednesday wasn't a reboot. That was a great extension of an iconic brand, and they decided to go after that character and make her the focal point. Right? That's great. They weren't remaking anything. They said we're gonna go, and it was successful. Right? Reboot of things that worked well probably seem safe. If thing X worked well and was well received, then new X should be good too until you reboot the X classic. Yeah, look at something as simple as putting the yellow suit on Wolverine and having him pull the mask on. What that did, $1 billion breakthrough.
Mhm.
And every step of the way, Bob Iger and Disney was challenging him and they didn't want him to do a lot of those things. And he stood his ground and they kept it. Right. And so there's the thing. Why do you have to have an opinion, bro? Just let them do their things.
Yeah, you were talking about Wednesday, right? So once they took liberties, right? Once they took liberties,
Mhm.
with Gomez and all that other stuff. But the show wasn't about the Adams family. It was
Oh,
about, so
word.
when they do that, when you take that one character, like I'm nervous for Beetlejuice, to be honest with you. But like when you
I'm
do
not. I
that,
think it looks fun, but go ahead.
yeah, when you do that, right, you're like, oh snap, it worked. And but here's part of what also worked for that story is, okay, great actress, right? She played the role, but also good story. It had a good
Yes,
story. You
very
know what
good
I mean?
story.
And I think that obviously that matters. Here's another one. Cobra Kai. Cobra
What?
Kai. Cobra Kai is a really good show, right? They take the story from Johnny's perspective,
Yes,
and they use Johnny as the focal point of the story. So now
which
it's
is
not
brilliant.
it's not yeah, it's not a remake of the
Karate
Karate
Kid.
Kid, which sucked, by the way. Uh,
You
it's
you,
it's
you
just
you didn't like the Karate Kid? Oh, the
the
remake with
remake.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah, with
sucked. Yeah, that
Jackie
sucked. Yeah,
Chan.
yeah.
Nah, no bueno.
It was Jackie Chan.
Now,
It was what's his name, son.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now they talk about Ralph Macchio coming back to do the Karate Kid with Jackie Chan. So they're gonna
Oh,
combine the remake and that. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but that to me, Cobra Kai worked, right? So when you do stuff like that, if it's done by the creators, by the people who originally had the idea, I think then it works, right?
well, what you're saying is when they say, "How do we build on its legacy and continue the story from a different perspective?"
Mhm.
th- 9 times out of 10, if they did
Right.
it right, it's going to be successful. When they go and take an existing story and they just retell it in a
Yeah.
different way, they screw
Right.
it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
Leave it.
many how
Leave it alone.
many Superman origin stories did we have to watch movie after movie after movie? You have thousands of issues of Superman stories
Right.
that you could pull from. They get going back to the origin
Right.
story.
Right.
I said,
Right.
come on, boy,
You don't
you're
need it.
boring the
It,
public.
bro. If you don't know who Superman is or how Superman
No,
was created, there's a
no.
problem. There's a
Yeah,
problem.
I
You
mean,
know
I
what I
have the
mean?
hat on, but I mean, you recognize me without it, bro. I'm just saying.
Wow.
What is
I
it's
know what is what did Jay say? It's
I know it's not a
Superman from
comic, but
Boston.
heard they are
No
remaking
way.
Vamos la 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 bamba.
No, who's gonna play
Vamos
Rob,
a la
bro? Who's gonna play
bamba. Yo
Rob?
necesito una
That's
boca de gracia.
That's ridiculous. You can't remake that, bro.
Bam,
It's actually we need
bam,
to
bam,
find out
bam.
how Spidey got his power exactly, or
Yes,
Batman, or any of these guys. Like,
word.
let that crap go, bro.
If you're
Like,
gonna do a remake of Daredevil because that one flopped, right?
oh, the
Do
movie. Yeah,
the
the show
movie.
was good though.
The
The
show was
show.
good. If you're gonna do
I
a
just
remake,
rewatched
start
that.
over with there, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's like look at the ones that will flop because you had some executive in the office that's overstepping and using their power and authority to shut shit down, right?
hmm hmm
Go and remake those things.
right.
But the ones that were successful continue the legacy by telling
That's
stories.
it. That's it, man. That's it. Just keep telling good stories, bro.
I mean,
Get some good writers in there and
when
tell
they
some good
go
stories.
so far, how they distorted Batman, I don't recognize Batman. Um, the
Yeah,
last one
dude.
that was what 7. That was 7, right? It was like I didn't recognize any of that. It was so dark, it was so gritty, it was so violent. I didn't recognize the character anymore,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's like, come on, guys, when do you stop playing games? Huh?
Hugo, Hugo said, "Are we gonna find out that Richie Valens has an alternate universe villain or this? He didn't die on the plane. He didn't die on the plane. He didn't die
Richie!
on the plane. That's what we're gonna find out." No, yeah, no, you're right, dude. Like, absolutely, man. It gets redundant, bro, and
Yeah,
it's pointless. It's
it is
pointless to do it.
pointless, and I think the executives, stop acting up, stay in your lane, do your job, provide resources, get the talent, and
Yeah, you gotta trust, bro.
and remove obstacles. That's all you have to do. That's one of the things I live by, right? Because I'm responsible for teams. My job is to give them the foundation to be successful, remove roadblocks, right? And provide them with the resources, right? And that's it. And make sure that they stay focused.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah, you get a quality control, and that's when you do the private screenings, right? You do screen tests. That's what your quality control. You get the feedback from the consumer.
new
I'm still
Blade movie. The new Blade movie. I
I
mean,
am too, because there was no reason why they didn't have to go Wesley Snipes. There was no
yeah,
reason for that, right? But this is what happens, right? Because tax evasion, they don't want to touch you, blah blah. But the fans told you that you saw it. If you watched all of the YouTube videos and TikTok videos of when he made his entrance and the audience just uproar. I mean,
yeah.
in my theater, bro, my theater was packed. And
Really?
everybody
Yeah,
cheered
my
when
theater
he
wasn't
popped
packed.
out, bro. It was right? It's crazy because he is Blade.
But you know, it's like, so when you go to a packed theater, that's the best. When you watch these movies in packed theaters, and when the people react, that's the experience you
That's
want.
the experience.
That's the experience you want. Because I went to an empty theater and it wasn't that. It was still cool, but it wasn't that. And that's
The
what you
best
need,
part
bro.
when Deadpool was gonna go avenge, and then he goes flame on, and everybody in the theater went bonkers.
Yo, that's,
Oh, Johnny Storm! Ah! You know, it's like crazy popcorn's flying in the air. It's
oh
like crazy.
snap! Okay, you're embellishing.
It was like, yo,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
It was awesome. Right?
It's the popcorn in the air. All right.
Yeah. They're hitting each other. Look at that!
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's
Simmer down, Sam. You're making stuff up.
no, man, it was awesome, right? And it was like nostalgia. I was a kid. I want to see it again. I was a kid again. When I watched that I was Deadpool. It was happy. It was fun. It was exciting.
It was fun. It's just go in there, have a good time.
It was fun.
Suspend disbelief and just go in there and just have a good time.
Yes.
Nicest Blade, RDJ's Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Hugh Jackman is Wolverine, right? Like that's what it is right now. That's where we're at. There are some and what's his name? You just said his name. He's Deadpool. And he'll like I don't see anybody else playing Deadpool that way. Like it's gonna be once Ryan Reynolds decides to stop doing Deadpool, it's gonna be tough to find another Deadpool.
It's over.
You know,
like I would love that they do the Punisher right in the theaters.
Yeah, the guy who's playing the Punisher in the show, he was good, man.
Yeah,
Bethany, what is his name? Yeah, he's a good. He grew on me because I didn't expect him to be that good.
Yeah, I mean, imagine Punisher, Deadpool.
You know what was the best part about the original Daredevil movie was Bullseye, was Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell.
He was good. He's the Penguin, bro. Like what?
I know. No one even knew he was the Penguin.
Yo,
that was crazy.
Penguin,
yes, it was just like Spawn. It was John Leguizamo was the clown.
Yeah,
he made the movie.
Yeah,
Spawny. He's a man. He can't do it. No one can go Spawny.
Oh, Danny DeVito as Deadpool. Nice. All right, so listen, we're talking about vigilantes. We're talking about the Punisher. We're talking about those. Why don't we get our guest into the mix?
But before we do that, have you gone to the Art of Samuel? If not, let me give you a reason to do so. What's up?
What's going on, Kerry?
I'm here. It's good to be here again.
Yes, indeed, sir. Yes, indeed. We were talking about some vigilante action, and I know that your story has to do with some crime fighting, behind not behind the badge. So let's talk a little bit about that. Now, for those who don't know, Kerry has been on the show before. We talked to you prior about your book, and you send us those copies for us to check it out, and I appreciate it. So why don't you tell them a little bit about what Sledge is about?
So elevator pitch here.
Yeah.
Poor man's Iron Man, artificial Superman, gadget enhanced Batman, or Peter Parker unable to get the spider bite, so he became a gym rat.
Wow, pumping iron.
Yes, and I have future scripts for this, but over time it's going to be shown that he has a criminal past, and what he's doing now is his new release because he needs some type of action release, and crime fighting was a better idea than crime committing.
Yeah. So when I was reading the books, and for those watching, you guys got to check out Sledge. But
thank you.
But so when I was reading it, and there's a lot in the story, because what you do is he tippy toes, right? He makes sure, he always asks the police officer, he's like, did I break any laws? Right? Because if I didn't break any laws, then I'm good. I can continue to do what I'm doing. But the problem here is, and this is what I want to ask you as far as the morality part of it, right? How do you tippy toe that line when you're writing the story? Like what are you thinking about? What are you basing that on? Like what is some of the creativity that goes into that?
Well, I mean, who knows? My artists might be bored with some of my scripts to a certain extent because I've seen them kind of push things to the edge as to what is legal. So I say, well, yeah, the action's good, so I'll go with it. But I just keep in mind that I as I understand New York, you're not supposed to be doing anything like that. So
Yeah.
what does that do to the Marvel universe? I guess because they have their own New York universe. But I mean, here where I'm at Utah, there are citizens arrest. I
Mm.
will see what I might do with any potential story where the courts don't see things as black and white, and that there's a court case, and how does Carl Eisenberg, as his real name
Mhm.
is, how does he get around that problem? That story will probably find its way eventually.
So let me ask you this: Where did the inspiration for the book come from, or for that character, that story? Like, where did it come from? Was it from a news article? Was it just a show you're watching? Like, where did it come from?
I had some ideas accumulating in my head going back to my high school days, and I would always be seeing something, and I would like what I watch, but there would always be something of what I feel like I might be able to do that's different,
Mm.
and something that I would love somebody to do, but since I can't just expect somebody to do it, I'll do it myself.
I see. I see. Yeah, man. Nah, it's good, man. And it's a quick read, dude. Like, I know it's like 20, the first issue is like 26 pages, the second issue is 27, but you can read those through like in minutes. Like, really, I
Right.
got through it in no time. So tell me a little bit about your creative team, your artists. Where did you find them? How did you get in contact with them?
So in both cases, it was, well. So John Rawson, I found him through digital webbing.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh,
Digital webbing, baby.
Wow. You're going back.
that's way back.
Wow.
Yeah, that goes way back. I
Yes,
see
it
that it's
does.
still there.
I used to
People are
be,
still
it's still there?
participating. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Tiago Pereira dos Santos, I found him through DeviantArt. So I'm a little with the times on that one.
Yeah, yeah. That's been around for a while too, though. DeviantArt.
Right.
Yeah.
And it would. So John Rawson, he was able to refer me to a letterer
Mhm.
who I found with for Sledge number one. Matthias Zanetti. Then Sledge number two, he wasn't available, so I went with Josh. I want to say I found him through not digital, through DeviantArt,
Mhm.
and with I still got Tiago with Sledge number three, and I
Oh,
mean I
cool.
had done enough tinkering, and it fell back. I fell back on my own creative process where I would have fun with those. Before there was Microsoft Paint, there was Mac Paint when my dad first got a Macintosh way back. I'm dating myself here, but I had so much fun doing and I saw that lettering is kind of along those lines. So I decided to take it upon myself, find the right app for that, and I had a blast doing the lettering myself.
Oh, nice, man. Nice. So issue number 3, is that out now, or how do you?
Uh, we're like at 7 weeks and waiting. Still waiting for Indie Planet to have it up for sale.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I thought I was giving myself enough time,
Mhm.
but that by the time I came out here with you, it would be there. But
Right.
no such luck.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, sometimes those things take a little while, but no, that's good. So you obviously can get it on Indie Planet, which is where you can get issues 1 and 2 as well.
Right, right, and
Awesome, dude.
yeah, and
Awesome.
since Kablam is the printer,
Yeah.
I had the Ogden Con coming up, so I pre-ordered 20 copies that I brought to that, so that I had all three. It would have felt awkward if I only had those two.
Yeah. I got you. Now, let me ask you the question, because the first issue, when I read the first issue, it seemed like a contained story, right? You could have just left it there.
Right.
But then you have issue 2, and issue 2 kind of leaves you on a bit of a cliffhanger, right? Into
Yeah.
issue 3. So are you going to continue to write the stories that way, or are you going to have more contained stories in single issues like you did for the first one?
So I've written a few scripts that are single issues, and I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to have things for crowdfunding. If it doesn't make sense to me that people would be interested in a single issue to crowdfund that. So I decided I would probably go with a two issue miniseries next when it's time to crowdfund.
Is that the plan, to crowdfund the next
Yes.
the next 2? What, 4 and 5 would that be? Or
That's the plan. And
okay.
I mean, I've got some money set aside. I've got the Salt Lake FanX coming up, so I'll be selling some more comics that way, and hopefully that my goal is to have enough to pay Tiago to have about 6 pages.
Gotcha. When is that show? The Salt Lake?
That's September 26th through the 28th at Salt Palace Convention Center. And I'll be there. I don't have enough PTO to do things on Thursday or Friday, so it's only going to be Saturday 11 to 3.
Gotcha. I want to head out to Utah, man. I've never been out there. I didn't realize you guys had shows. How is that a big show? Is that like one of their big shows? The one you're talking about?
I haven't really done official research, but I read somewhere it's the 3rd biggest convention.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
Holy cow!
What's it called?
Salt Lake FanX.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
And Utah's known for being the nerd capital of the world.
I'm telling you, I gotta head out there, dude. Like I've never been out to Utah. What's the best time to go to Utah, weather-wise?
The least temporal. I mean, I know there are other states who tell the same story, but there'll be times where you get all 3 seasons in one day. But I think you get the least amount of that during the autumn.
Oh yeah, okay. I can see how that would be like the best time to go. Also, like when people talk about when should you come to New York? Yeah, fall in New York is kind of nice. You know what I mean? Like the spring is in New York, it's kind of nice. But yeah, you don't want to come out here in the winter. Well, you never know what you're gonna get. That's the thing. I know that Utah, you guys get a lot of snow out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we went through a drought fairly recently, and last winter was very good, and it's something that's been kind of scary that the Great Salt Lake is all but disappearing.
Ooh.
That's got some ecological consequences to that.
Wow. Damn. But so going back to your story, Kerry. So you have this, 4th and 5th issues coming out. Can you tell us a little bit about what happens or what's going to happen in the story? Like, are we going to get some like new villains, or, I know he's got a secret identity. So are we going to find out who he is? Like, what do you got? What do you got working in the story?
So the villain will be revealed in issue 2, but his android minions will be the villains in issue 1 and parts of issue 2.
Right. That's awesome, dude.
Salt Lake says it brings in 127,000 people.
Damn. Yeah,
Wow.
sounds like the 3rd.
Yes, that is massive.
Sounds pretty large.
I don't know how we missed that in our radar.
We've never even touched Utah for that con. Is that a fairly new convention, Kerry? That's been around for a while.
Been around for a while, because at this one it says it was 2020. I forgot what it said. It said in 2015 was 127,000 people in 2015.
Wow.
Yeah. So they've been around for a minute.
Yeah. Then they originated as Salt Lake Comic Con, but we lost a lawsuit against San Diego Comic Con, and I guess we aligned ourselves with FanX, as I've seen that other cons by that name. It's I guess a network, con network.
Yeah, the Fan Expos. Yeah,
and they're 3 days to 8 o'clock on Thursday and Friday, and then Saturdays at 7 p.m. So there's no Sunday hours.
Right. So it feels like I went to the third one in 2014,
Mm,
and then I had already become Fan X when I went to the one in 2018.
yeah.
Not behind the table, neither one. I was strictly a nerd there.
That's interesting, though. I didn't realize it was that big, dude. That's a huge freaking show.
And yeah, I mean, I love the seeing the names. I mean, I've seen the Stan Lee did come there. I'd come there a couple times. Uh,
Yeah, that's
Chris
awesome.
Evans, I know he's been there. Mel Gibson is coming this year.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, Danny Glover. I mean, I'm not always interested in the biggest names. I go back to loving to watch $6 Million Man of Fall Guys, and Lee Majors is going to be there, who I like a lot.
Nice. That's awesome, dude. I know that you credited Jeff Loeb and John Byrne as some of the
Yes,
inspirations in your book. Have you had a chance to meet them?
and I haven't met them. As far as I know, they haven't been to the Salt Lake FedEx.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Jeff Loeb, man. That's what's your favorite Jeff Loeb stories? Was it what he did with the X-Men stuff or
I mean, I can't put one above the other. I think they absolutely need to be combined. But Long Halloween and Dark Victory with Batman.
okay. Yeah, I can see some of that influence even in your writing. I could totally see it. I could totally see it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I love the confidence in your inker because the use of blacks and lighting. A lot of people steer away from that, but he actually does it so well that it complements the story in the book.
Yeah.
So kudos to the whoever, if it's the artist and
So,
inker simultaneously, but he does a really good job with the blacks.
yeah, Tiago. I mean, as soon as I saw his stuff, I knew that he would make Sledge look awesome, and he has.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know what it is? It works because it's a black and white comic, right?
yeah,
So you need those strong blacks
yeah,
to
Right.
go up against that, right? When you don't have a
This-
color book.
well, and I mean, he's kind of pressed me that he really wants to start coloring. So
Yeah,
another reason why I need a crowdfund on that.
yeah,
That's,
yeah. That
but
makes sense.
and I mean, at least on number one, I had a lot of people say that the storytelling that went into that was very nourish. So the black and white worked for
Right.
that.
Yeah, 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 for sure. For sure. I also like that you obviously have done research for, and we talked about this the last time you were on, for some of the gadgets that he uses. That it's not just random. Like there's a lot of scientific, thought
Right.
that went into it. I think you actually consulted somebody who gave you some of the not ideas, but like who kind of said, hey, yeah, that would work. That's good. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can do that.
Doug Adams,
Yeah,
great
yeah.
guy.
Tell us a little bit about that. Like, how did that happen?
So we were our class together was choir,
Mm.
and yeah, well, should we sing together, Sam?
Yeah, I know. I'm about to say, hey.
Don't get me
But
started.
Oh, doesn't take
but
much.
sitting next to him, I found out that his major was physics, which I so you know what, that could come in handy when it comes to what I put together here.
Yeah,
And sure enough, he helped with that. I said, okay, reversing Earth's magnetism so that he goes up in the air. But he says, reverse what you want to do is the theory of gravitons.
man. So you guys really went into like how that would work. I think there were a couple of things that you had in there, as far
Right,
as like his weapons and his,
right. I mean, I don't I mean I think I have the whole radar thing as far as the pulsating,
Mhm.
the sense, the oncoming projectiles.
Right.
I know there's science to that, but forming a force shield, I don't know if there's any kind of theory going on with that.
I found what I found also interesting was the bat. Right. There's a scene where he talks about how if somebody tries to hit him with like a metal bat, it won't hurt. But if
Right.
they use like a wooden bat, then it's an issue.
Mhm.
Explain that a little bit. Like why can Sledge be hit with a metal bat but not a wooden bat?
So I mean, if I made him immune to all weaponry, he'd be just another Superman or
Right.
an Iron Man.
Yeah.
And I mean, what I I guess this is the Batman influence because I love those street scraps, and so I wanted him to get in those scraps. So I realized, okay, that uh, you know I hate the whole dealing with the stormtrooper syndrome that bullets flying, none hits. So I wanted an answer to that, but I wanted reasoning that he has to fight,
Mm.
and so I decided, okay, his shields cannot deflect any organic projectile.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Now, will his villains find out that these are some of his, you know what I mean? A la, what's a Superman and what's his name? Gene Hackman.
So
Lex Luthor. You know how Lex
yeah,
Luthor figures out that kryptonite is like, are you gonna have something like that going on even in your story where like you have villains who figure this out and like, oh, it's not really gonna
so
happen?
I think will be well known,
Yeah,
and I think that will work. In that, I mean, if they're in ignorance, I think it'll be too easy for him
yeah,
to win too often.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. I also like talk to me about the design of the character. Like, was that something that you did on your own? Was that your artist kind of had some input in it? Like, where did the design come from?
I did decide on that to go with military, but originally I was going spandex, but he wasn't wearing Superman Batman spandex. He was wearing what we know, the first thing comes to mind if we were wearing spandex back in the 90s, more in the 80s, where they were spandex shorts. He was wearing spandex shorts and a spandex shirt,
Hmm.
and uh, I didn't. I had a different name for him, and I wanted just something that would say that he was powerful, and I wanted something that would say he would fly. So I wanted to figure out some words to combine. I always forget what the term for that type of word is, but
Yeah.
I took bear, I took hawk, I minused out the EA from bear, took out the H from hawk, and called him Brock. And I over time I got less and less comfortable with that, and I decided, let's go with Sledge, uh, and I can make this sound like my own ego at play, but Sledge was actually a nickname that was given to me.
Oh, that was your nickname.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Where did the nickname come from? Sledge.
My name is Chug, and some were calling me Slug, and uh, eventually somebody modified it to Sledge, and one guy, I mean, he's the one who jabs the most at everybody. He occasionally say Sister Sledge, the singer. Excuse me.
Oh, I see. All right. All right. So all right. So Carrie, so this book, the crowdfunding campaign for the next few issues, when are you thinking of dropping that?
So I anticipate that if things can go to plan, if I sell enough between, say, uh, FanX, and there's going to be another Ogden Con in February, I might be able to go to the Wasatch Con. So if I can use those to get some funding, then I'll have those 6 there. I think I'll do some pre-marketing, because I'm part of several groups, several indie creator groups, and Facebook and Instagram to prepare them for for when that lands. So that's the plan there.
All right, cool, man, cool. But in the meantime, for those watching, if you are interested in picking up Sledge, that is available at Indie Planet, right? IndiePlanet.com.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, if you guys stand up a little bit, just because the bottom scroll missed it. What is that?
Mhm.
Oh, there it goes. IndiePlanet.com/Sledge. All right, that's easy.
Yeah.
So IndiePlanet.com/Sledge. Awesome, man. Awesome. Carrie, this has been good, man. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you.
Thank you. This is a blast.
Yeah, man. And thank you for watching. I know you're on. I know you're in the chat a lot. So thank you. Thank you so
Yes.
much for the support. We really, really appreciate you, bro.
Well, Thank you.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And you're on Facebook, Instagram,
Yes.
under what?
So, excuse me. The Facebook page is Sledge New Justice. Uh, Instagram is KC the Sledge Storyteller with underscores separating those words, and just KC the Sledge Storyteller on X, and KC the Sledge Storyteller on YouTube.
And when they go to the independent page, those links are on that page as well.
Yes.
Perfect. So the link is in the chat. It's also in the summary of the show notes. Thank you again, Kerry, for being on the show.
Thank you.
And I'm glad you confessed about the misspelling because I only followed your lead. I saw a V and I put a V, and so
Yeah.
I'll change it in the back end. But yes, always pleasure having you on, brother.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to the next few issues, man. And yeah, we'll welcome. You're welcome to come back whenever those things are at and whenever you're promoting that stuff. So make sure
Yes, I'll be sure to put something together.
You
there
got
you
it.
go. All right,
Peace.
cool. Thanks, Kerry.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Later. Kerry
Yeah,
Chug.
man. Kerry Chug. It's not
Hey,
Chug. It's not Chug. It's Chug. So,
Oh, is that what it is?
yeah, because on the when he booked the page, it said it was a V there at the end. I was like, oh, how do you pronounce that? And so I just typed what I saw.
Nice. Yeah, no, I mean, good stuff. Good stuff for those who who are watching. Kerry's got that book called Sledge, and it's a good story. I enjoyed it. Like Sam was talking about the artwork. A lot. It's a black and white book.
Yeah.
But it works. It works for what he's doing. So
Check
big
it out.
shout-
Independent. Yeah, no, the artist did a really good job with the inks.
Yeah.
It's not my strong point. Like I overcompensate with colors, to make up for my lack of inking skills.
Gotcha.
It's funny because when I started out as an aspirant in comics, when I was a young lad working my way through up the food chain, I used to work on inking and I was cross hatching. I was always trying to, copy what I saw with McFarlane and all these guys. And I was really honing in my craft. But then somewhere along the line, when I got introduced to Adobe Photoshop, that went out the door and I just did clean lines and I just started coloring and I gave it all up. So I never
Yeah.
really honed my inking and I was always afraid to use blacks. I can do it on a computer because I can always delete and do it, try it again. But when it's on a piece of paper, you can't fix that.
Commitment. That's
Yeah.
commitment right there, bro. Like
Yeah, man.
you're committed to that. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
for sure, man.
Yeah.
For
So,
sure.
that was my confessional for today. I suck as an inker, bro. Don't ever ask me to ink something.
Oh,
I hate
man.
my inking style, bro. I hate it. It's my Achilles heel.
Oh man, no, but that was good, man. That was good. So yeah, make sure you check him out. Go to indieplanet.com/sledge and pick up his book. Pick up his book. Support indies. Support indies.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Always fun to have return guests on the show. And that's why we do it. It's pretty fun. I love the story, but that's the real world, right? What did he share? Some of the real the challenges, right? Funding is a real thing in the game,
yeah.
right? It's like how much do you risk your own money when you got to pay your own bills, especially when the price hikes, right? And when you look at $150, before COVID, you should get you like 20 bags of groceries. Now $150 gets you like 6 bags of groceries, right? It changes. You used to pay, $1.50 to $2 for a dozen eggs. Now you're paying $5, $6, $8 for a dozen eggs, So what do you invest in your comic and your passion, or you make sure you keep the lights on and you keep food on the table? So that's a real thing, and those are the things that people have to juggle, and make sure they have, secured and, the good thing that there's crowdfunding there, but it's not always a guarantee. So that's always a risk too, because it's time and commitment that you invest in that stuff, and it doesn't always pan out.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And also trying to make time for cons, like he said, he's doing it one day because real life and PTO is a reality. Yeah, that's a reality. Those are the sacrifices.
Yo, but he put us onto that FanX Salt Lake Comic Con.
Oh, that's a big event.
Didn't realize that it was that serious, bro.
Yeah, that is, man. I never even knew about it, bro.
Their website is kind of legit too.
Yeah, they've been in there for a minute.
Susan Sarandon, Elijah Woods,
Susan Sarandon. Wow.
Sean Astin's gonna be there. Dominic Monaghan.
Wait. Hold on. I hear all that stuff. but are there any headlining comic guys?
No, that's what I'm looking for. I'm still looking for them. Mel
Uh,
Gibson, Danny Glover.
Lethal Weapon. Yo, they know they're doing another Lethal Weapon, right?
They are? Is
Yeah,
that what
Mel
it is?
and Danny.
Okay.
Yes, it's in
All right.
production.
That's why. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. We got some Star Trek on the road. We got some Batman.
Where's Jim Lee? Where's Todd McFarlane?
Randy.
Rob
We
Liefeld.
have Quaid up in there.
This is all celebrities, bro.
Hey, Reading Rainbow. LeVar Burton's going to be there.
Take a look. It's in the book. The Reading Rainbow.
Yes. Yes. Marissa Tomei is going to be up in there.
Tomei. Oh, wow.
Talk about La Bamba. Lou Diamond Phillips going to be in there.
What? Reggie.
Ernie Hudson will be there.
Ernie. What?
Because that is up all of them. The Terminator 2, Mr. Robert Patrick will be
I'll
there.
be back.
Well, not Arnold, but let's see. Gina Davis, word.
Gina Davis. That's the Earth Girls Are Easy. Because I'm a blonde B, Ella Wendy. Because I'm a blonde, don't you wish with me? She was in The Fly, right?
I remember from A League of Their Own.
Yeah, in The Fly.
Yes. Let's see who else. Oh, Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton, Terminator again. What?
She's gonna be up in there. Let's see who else is gonna be in here. I'm still looking for the comic book.
There's no where yo.
Hold on, I'm still looking for the comic book guys though. It's Fan Expo, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying. But we're the comic people, bro.
Yo, Edward Furlong. Holy God.
Who he?
He's from the Terminator, the kid from Terminator.
Another
2.
one. Damn.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. So I'm still scrolling.
That's a lot of high paying people.
Yeah, I don't.
That's like superhero Comic Con all over again.
There's got to be like a separate. Hold on. There's got to be like another. Oh, James O'Barr will be there.
James
Oh,
O'Barr.
here we go. James O'Barr, Larry Hama, he'll be there.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Brandon.
Yes, comic creators. I'm going there. Comic creators.
Yeah, go there. See what they got there.
They only have James O'Barr, Afua Richardson, Black Panther, and Will Conrad. Those are only 3.
That's
For
it.
comic creators, bro.
This is why I couldn't find them.
For comic creators, bro. Artists. Let's see. They got Larry Hama, Robert Bruno, and who are these people? And then authors and writers. Let's see.
Mark Gregson.
Oh, authors and writers. They got a freaking whole library of them. They got
a bunch of them. This is the problem.
This is the problem. This is not a Comic Con, bro.
This is the problem.
This is the Celebrity Con.
This is where we fall into.
Good luck.
Issues.
What do they say? What do they say in Taken? Good luck. Right? Yeah. Content creators. They got content creators.
I was just gonna say that.
They got more content creators than they got comic book creators, bro.
3, 4.
What is that?
Man.
Yo, bloody hell. And then panelists. Tony the Toxic Owl? Really? Really?
Yo. Hold on. Let's see what these prices are on these tickets.
Oh yeah, what are the prices? Event info.
What's the multi pass? Let me see. Multi pass, Jesus, like three different freaking clicks before I actually get where I want to buy it. $329 for VIP passes.
Yo.
Kilo Ruby Pass. All right, so the multi pass is $65.
$65 and up.
Okay, so that looks like that's for all 3 days, right? Is that
day
right?
passes. That's weekend passes. Day passes. All right, Thursday is $20, Friday's $35, and Saturday's $50.
Okay, that's not bad. So multi-pass. So the multi-pass is a great way to experience all 3 days of the show. Okay, this pass.
Yo, wait, hold on. So Mel Gibson, his signatures range from $250 to $500.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, for his autographs. He's already got a couple of sessions sold out. 1, 2, 3 sessions sold out, and they're $350, and $350 all sold out, bro.
Damn.
Yo.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, this is $65 for all 3 days. That's not bad.
And they got autograph. He's the only one that they're paying for autographs.
Really?
Yeah. Now they got group photo ops. For photo ops, you're paying anywhere from $120 to $450. Wow, from $120 up to $450 for group photo ops. They got Lee Majors, bro, $6 Million Man, and the Bionic Woman. They're both going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like. I mean, if you're, I mean, it's Fan Expo, right? So like,
so they got Brandon Anderson signings. It's free, but it says sold out.
It's free, but it's sold out.
It's
Nice.
sold out.
Yeah, Hugo made a good point, right? He says, and also trying to make the time work for cons. Like he said, he's doing one day because real life and PTO is a reality. So he can only do one day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And that's one of the difficult parts, because especially when you have, like, for instance, I have 2 events in September, right? So I do have to work one weekend day a month, right? So I got to make sure it doesn't fall on that weekend day. So I have to be strategic with my scheduling. And then normally when I do conventions, which is a Saturday and Sunday, but I'm staying out of town, I got to leave Friday, right? So that's a real thing. So I got to be very strategic if whether I can do it or not. But yeah, it's a real thing. Sometimes when you don't have enough, the good thing is I have, I got 5 weeks of vacation, so I spread that out,
right.
right? I do it in days. I'll just like a vacation day, then a weekend off, and then a vacation day. So I always try to take one day.
It's always hard when you work retail. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like that's always tough. That's why, like at my job, I'm off on the weekend, so that's not a big deal. But when you work retail, it's always tougher to get off. You
yeah.
know?
But this convention for me scares me because it's not comic themed. So for me, I would pass on it, even as big as it is. For me myself, based on Superhero Comic Con, it would be a pass because I don't see any panels for comics. I don't see any comic book drawers. I don't see anything comic themed.
No, that's the problem.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's not my crowd. So I'll stay away from that. So good luck. I wish him luck there
Yeah,
but
me
those are
too,
the
dude.
ones that I stay away from.
Yeah, no, I agree. Whenever that list is that long, and then you don't have that many comic books, because
They
people,
had 3 comic book names and none of them were like big names.
no, yeah, because people are gonna go there, and that's what we're looking. They're looking for, they're not looking for comics if they're going there.
No. No,
'Cause
they're
not
looking for
there.
celebrity. They're gonna spend all their money on all of those signings and celebrity pictures and group out. You know what I mean? So they're not gonna have enough money for the little folk. So I'm like, "Aight, deuces.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to
It's no
compete.
for me, man. And you
Yeah.
go somewhere else."
So
I
look,
go, "Okay."
artist alley spaces are 6 foot wide by 5 feet deep,
That even sucks.
and
So it says
include the following per single space. So two badges, I guess. You get a table, 2 chairs, a wastebasket. Nice.
a waste
Uh,
to
pricing.
throw up when you're not making money.
Yeah. I can't see, like, it's closed, so I can't see what the booths cost or
The
what
boot,
the
yeah.
tables cost, I should say.
So it says, how's the layout for Artist Alley and vendors? Are they in hall 99ZA? And then there have been a bigger list of creators. More names will probably trickle in. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I hear you. I wish you all the best there. But we did Superhero Comic Con and it was just like this. It was all celebrities and Artist Alley, and I mean they had David Finch in Artist Alley, and he wasn't even a headliner.
Yeah, no. See, the good thing about this convention versus the San Antonio one that we went to is that the pricing is
The
not that
pricing is a
crazy.
lot better.
$65 for 3 days is doable.
It's
You know what I mean?
doable. Those are day
That's
passes.
that's for all 3 days. That's great.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully, those people are looking for comics and nostalgia because it's a fight because you're competing with those. I mean, come on, Mel Gibson. You got the
Yo,
cast of Lethal Weapon. You got the cast of the
both
Terminator.
of them. Both of them.
Yo, it's like you got the nostalgic crew that's gonna come in for Lee Majors and Linda, whatever her name is, the Bionic Woman and the $6 Million Man. So you're gonna have all those people that are coming in for that. Ghostbusters. So it's as a fan, yeah, I'd have a ball there. But as a comic
dude.
creator, I have to be very mindful of where I'm going to make my investment because that, based on history, those conventions are the ones that we struggle with.
Yeah. Now, listen, don't get me wrong. I think next year I'll probably be going to that.
Good for you, not me.
But no, as a spectator. You
Oh, as a spectator, yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because I think it'll be a great time. It's like Terrificon, bro. Like Terrificon.
Yeah,
it's a blast, and that's why I can't, like, people like, oh, get a table here. Like, I'm sure that it would be great because people do go buy comics for the most part, but I just have such a good time walking around the floor, dude. Like, there's so much to see. So yes, I probably won't do that, but yeah, no, I'll definitely go check out. I think I'm gonna have to go check out Fan Expo and Salt Lake City, and I want to go to Utah. And I've been to Utah, so that'd be a nice little trip.
Yeah. No, I've been to Utah, but not as for conventions. I've been there for work.
Yeah, no. I want to go and check it out. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, but that's what I like about like College Station, right? The 5 guests that they have are all anime guests, right? It's all anime. It's just a big anime crowd at College Station. It's very pop culture anime. There's no big name celebrities, and it brings in about maybe 15,000 people, right? Good sized crowd. It's a college town, and everybody they do a really good job at communicating that this event is there. It brings in a lot of students and a lot of families. Um, that's my cup of tea. That's where because all I need is 3-4% of that crowd, and I'm good. I don't need the whole kit and caboodle. And because it was so successful for me last year, and this year I've elevated my game. I'm hoping to have even a better time. So that's the kind of place that I want to hang out in.
Yeah, it looks like these guys aren't associated with Fan Expo.
No,
They're
they
different.
call Fan X.
Fan X, yeah.
So they're their
'Cause-
own entity.
Yeah, they're their own entity because they also do a ATL Comic Convention. They do Indiana Comic Convention, Tampa Bay Comic Convention.
Tampa Bay.
Fan X. Yeah.
One day I'd like to do an event in Florida.
I want to go to MegaCon just to check it out, but I don't know
Yeah.
if I get like those tables are crazy, and it's hard to get in that show too nowadays.
It's expensive
Yeah,
too.
very expensive.
It's expensive too, and so for me, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
but one day, I'd like to do that show, something in Florida. Go there like 2 days before, go take in the beach, chill out, go get the
So,
nightlife.
You really hit the sun. What are you talking about? You don't like the
What
sun.
are you talking about? I've got sunshine.
You wear sweatshirts in
on a
Texas. What are
cloudy
you doing?
day. What are you talking about, bro? Don't
What
make
are
me
you
flex
talk-
the
what are you
guns,
talking
bro.
about?
Don't make me
Anime
flex the
popular.
pectorals.
Anime
Flex
popular
right
in a
there.
college
Right there.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Listen, man. I definitely, I would love to do a show. That, it's funny because Jonathan talks about a show that he did out in Miami one
Did he?
year,
Yeah.
and it was a bust. And it was his thing is he believes that if you live by the beach, where the hell are you going to go into convention center to go to a show? You know what I mean? Like, and if you go out there for vacation, do you want to go to a convention center? Or do you want to go to the beach? Like,
Well, dude, Anime Expo is in California, right? Anime Expo brings in 150,000 people.
but where in Cali though? Is it in LA?
Well, I think so. I think it's in LA, and it brings in 150,000 people and plus. It's really, but they got rules for rules. Like,
Well, yeah, is
every,
that the one you were saying? Like,
yeah, every rule
not
has like
copyrighted.
6 sub rules, right? It's like you
Yeah.
got a rule number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So, but there's a vetting process too, right? You got to fit a criteria to make it in there, but it's expensive too. You're paying $700 for Artist Alley.
Shit.
For Artist Alley, and if you want a booth, you're paying $1,500 or more.
Yeah,
So
New York prices. I mean, it's LA. It's LA. It's
Yeah.
it's like what you pay in New York.
yeah, I
it's
mean,
those
I don't do
cities.
Fan Expo here in Texas because they jacked up the price in 1 year. They went from $300 to $600 in 1 year. I said, "Oh, fangu." I said, "Hey, get out of here. Hey, hit the door, bro."
That's bananas.
But that's crazy. Bananas and pajamas, right?
Yeah.
And the year that they jacked up the price, there was no AC in the venue. People were sweating to the oldies, bro.
Oh no!
It was like sweating on your comic books and dripping. It was like, oh
Damn.
no. And then you're tight.
No.
Artist Alley is so tight. You only get 6-foot tables and they're all connected. So you got to try to walk behind other people to get to an aisle to get out, right? And then you got people behind you and everyone's like their banners are touching and it's like you barely have room. I'm like, nah.
Wait, you did that 1 year?
I did it 1 year.
Oh,
That was the year that they had that Marvel Comics writer. I forgot his name, but he had a line that blocked our entire aisle.
Damn.
Right. So me and my wife, I was like, you know what? Forget this. I just grabbed my cards and I started hitting everybody in the aisle. I said, while you're waiting, because you're going to be online for a while, check out since you're stopping by my booth, check me out. And that's how we were working it because we couldn't get to everybody passing by were blocked.
Yeah.
And like looking over their shoulders and like, what's on that side? It sucked.
Yeah, no bueno, bro. No bueno, bro.
Yeah.
So who do we got next week, Sammy?
Who do we got next week?
September
on the
3rd,
show?
dude.
Let me see.
It's
Calendly.
the day after Labor
Oh,
Day.
I think we got JD Rosario. I think it is. Let me see. Let me just
Mr.
confirm that.
Rosario in the house, huh?
I think it's Mr. Rosario. Let's see.
Rosario.
Rosario. Yes,
Hermanos.
it is J.D. Rosario, none
JD
other.
Rosario's in the house.
Yeah,
All right.
we have. Oh wow, I guess Filbo Publishing is coming on the show too
the
again.
24th, I think, right?
Yeah, so we have J.D. Rosario next week, and then the week after we got Dis Casillas.
Okay.
Dis Casillas. Then after that we got Ian Walker, then Filbo Publishing, and we go all the way through
November at this point, right?
December.
It's
We
November's
got
all
one-
booked.
We got November. We got a Rob Motari. We know Rob.
Rob,
And
I
then we
know
got
Rob,
Rick Dury in December 17th. But yeah, we go all the way to the end of October. Then we have a couple of spots left open in November and a couple of spots in December.
And book yourself
yeah.
now.
They're just booking. Carissa Grant's coming back October 15th. Yeah, we got Alex from Waywood Raven Media coming back. Brandon Ingram coming back. So we got some returning guests. We got some new guests, some new people we've never seen. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, man. It's awesome. I'm
Yeah,
glad.
the lineup is thick, bro. You know, I remember the days when we came back into the game. We're trying to reach out. You want to come on the show? You want to come on the show? We haven't been able to do that in a couple of years. It's just they just keep going. Bum, 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 bum.
Nah, it's good. It's good.
Yes.
It's good. So yeah, join us next week. We're gonna be talking to JD Rosario. Book your appointment to get before the playing year is over. That's right. That's right, man. That's right.
Well,
And we're going to be talking, it's good that JD will be here tomorrow because he likes to talk shop. We're going to be talking about what to sell at your table, right? Like how to push the products that you have at your table. So we're going to be talking about that next week.
Yeah.
So join us. Yeah, we may have them for the whole time.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. Thank you again, Kerry, for being on the show tonight. Thank you to our sponsor, Filbo Publishing. And the book, The Night, the link is in the summary. It's also in the chat. Go check it out. It is on Kickstarter. Let me see, The Night. Is it Night or it's called The Night?
Nah, just Night. Yeah, it's on Kickstarter for another 24 days, I think. Maybe less. I think it ends September 14th. Is that 24 days? Oh, my man is all messed up. No, 18 days.
18 days?
18 days, yes. 18 days, yeah. They've reached their goal, so they're good. But it's always good to make it, exceed the goal.
Yeah, did they make what was their goal?
$500 bucks. So they've done it, yeah. So yeah, 17 days to go. They got 34 backers. So yeah, if you guys
34 backers,
check them out.
Yeah. So thank you to Filbo Publishing and Philip Russell. They'll be on the show in a few weeks. And again, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, subscribe, share it with a friend. When we grow, the independent community grows. We're the longest running independent comic book podcast out there. Started in 2005. We are the OGs. We are the originators. And we do it because we love the game and we want to give our unsung heroes a voice, a platform to share what they do. Right? So when we grow, everybody grows. So thank you. Share it with a friend. And if you're listening to us on Spotify or any of the audio platforms, head over to YouTube and subscribe. Let's get this channel monetized, man. It's been forever to get this monetized, right? It's like, come on, bring some. All the cash is going out. Bring some dinero in. But with that said, I'm your host with the most, Sam, the crazy man, Vera,
George, the Euro Medina,
and
peace.
We are out.
It's just easy. It's not. Crazy.
No, it's talking about my friend Acquise. Say my name, right?
This is what you were thinking? Oh,
He described me. He said, I'm the
what? Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. To Catch the Craze. You are listening to Catch the Craze. Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.
Candy girl.